I guess create a slot skill. And then these are the things I wanted to look at. Create a rule engine. It will go and look at that. It will run every week. It will lay out like these are the customers you go and talk to. Including me, we have 7 people who are catering to 250 plus customers. It would have been unheard of in Chartbee's days. It began with 5%, 10%. Now we are close to 30%, where the agent is smart enough. It understands all the context. It has all the past data.
Yeah. Let me ask about the other party, which is the customer itself. Like you have been serving customers for over a decade now. Uh, how is the customer behavior changing 2020 onwards, especially with now SaaS is evolving, agentic AI, customers themselves using a lot of AI. But how
Yeah.
does customer behavior change specifically in this decade?
What is happening from the customer lens? We've been having this conversation with customers where we are trying to understand how we can augment Clazar product with AI and how we can help them. What we're hearing from customers is it is expected now that you will make my job easier by adding AI capabilities in your product.
It's an
It is an expectation. It has to actually lead to some meaningful addition to my job, right? It's like the efficiency gains also needs to come from a lens of I don't want to talk to 5 people in your team to get this done. I don't want to put in so many resources and engineers to make this work done. So one very fine-tuned example of our world is these marketplaces expect customers to do something called as a technical review of the product, FTR, right?
Yeah.
Um, and nobody wants to prioritize that work because they have their own product to build.
Yeah, they have their own work.
So up until recently, we always had these partners who would come and use services and say, I will do it for you. You just give me access and I will do all of the work for you. That worked, but then it was still inefficient. But now we are having products that are doing the FTR, 90% of the work with the product using AI within 10 minutes. Now imagine if you're able to go to the customer and say, okay, you don't have to worry about all that. We will take care of it for you. You just focus on giving us the access. We will do the whole work for you. Now let's get that done. Let's move to co-sell. That's the next part. So I think from this vantage point, just want to call out, I think the expectation from customers is that we pass on these efficiencies of AI to them, reduce the time to value. Like everybody wants to start seeing that value from marketplace within 60 days or 30 days of joining.
Yeah.
And our job is not just making them live, making the first transaction. Our job now is translating to how do we actually get them to that value outcome as soon as possible.
You have implemented a lot of AI in the Clazar courses, or what are some of the projects that you have done, products that you have shipped, or whatever simple automations that you have been able to do using AI? Let's start from there.
Yeah. And we already use a tool called as Pylon, which is for support. And since most of our customers come talk to us through Slack, we basically built an agent which would actually solve these L1 questions, the easier questions on its own. And now we've been tracking how much it has been able to do. It began with 5%, 10%. Now we're close to 30%, where the agent is smart enough. It understands all the context. It has all the past data. It has the context of customer also. So if a customer is probably not happy with Clazar for whatever reasons, it is able to also change the tone of the response. So there is this company called Klarna, which claimed that AI has made their support completely automated, and they fired more than 700 people who are doing support work. But then later realized after a few months that the quality of support has actually gone down, and the customers were complaining more because they are not getting the help that they require. There are some customers who always want a human to talk to, but now that is a model we're iterating where the AI can just kind of augment and help the customers with what they need immediately and kind of unblock them and then get somebody from the human support team to come and solve for it. So our goal still is to keep optimizing and increase that number of AI assisted to 50% or even more than that. And if we're able to do that, then the support team becomes more stronger and they can actually do more proactive work and not reactive work.
How did you go about? What was the tech stack?
So it was just the two support engineers we have and me. The first thing that we had to do was to actually create the knowledge bank for which we used Claude. It was easier because it went back and reviewed all the 2 years of Q&As that we had and also internal Slack and Notion. And it was able to create a comprehensive like a context knowledge base. Second thing which I'm particularly proud about what I was able to do is Customer context lives in multiple places. It can be in your CRM, HubSpot, it can be emails, calls, and even internal Slack conversations. If somebody in your company, if the CEO wants to understand what's happening with a particular customer, you always have to rely on an individual to come and tell them what is happening.
Consolidate.
They have to consolidate. So now what we have done, we have used Notion as our context layer.
Okay.
And then I've used Claude Skill to do one-time activity of rendering a complete context of a customer within the Notion page.
So every Notion page is every customer has its own
Notion page,
which is
and that has everything. So I gave it a structure. So you go and look at what they discuss in sales, who are the key personas, what are the outcomes they want to drive, what does the success mean to them, and then summary of calls, what happened in implementation, what happened in support, and all of that. So it's a one-time activity that'll basically go through all of your tokens. It is a costly affair, but at least one time. So once that happens, now what we're doing, we have a page for everybody, every customer. Now we run a weekly context aggregator.
Okay, so every week it's getting updated.
It gets updated.
That's also on Claude.
That's also on Claude. So now everything goes and sits perfectly in Notion. We have actually created a Notion custom agent which can be invoked on Slack. So what my AM did today in the morning, he just went and asked that Notion agent, can you tell me this particular customer, have they done A, B, and C process? And then Notion agent is able to pull up all the data from that one particular page and then retrieve and then give the answer what he's looking for without having to rely on any human being.
Any other interesting project that you did?
I think what is happening, I don't have to spend too much time on doing proactive reviews. So whatever reviews I need to do, like identifying which customers are a potential churn, which customers are potentially not talking to us, what's happening. In earlier world, somebody has to go and review it every day and then figure out. But now I could just tell AI, I guess create a Claude skill. These are the things I wanted to look at. Create a rule engine. It will go and look at that. It will run every week. It will lay out like these are the customers you should go and talk to.
How does that work? What uses what?
We used Claude skill. I was not using Claude core back then. I was using Claude Cowork. Anthropic has a very good skill doc which helps explain what are the framework, how to create a skill. It's called progressive disclosure, and then how to use YAML in the beginning. So it's it's a one-time great activity. So I was able to use that and create a skill which would go and look at all the tools connected to Clazar, look at what are the customer touch points that they have, and then also prioritize. Like if they've not had a call, have they at least done some tickets with us? How many times have they logged into Clazar? So look at all of these aspects and then prioritize which aspects need to be looked at. Then identify this customer has not had a touch point with you as a CSM for last 20 plus days. You need to go and have this conversation. And then the next part is which the team actually did pretty well. What do you go and tell them? Like ideally, it can be a generic message. Oh, what's happening? But because all the context now lives in Notion, now this agent can go and look at the whole context and send a hyper personalized message to the customer, which is very contextualized to their understanding or where they are, which is actually giving the result.
Right. So the part that you just talk about Claude skill, can you share a little bit more of that? What is Claude skill?
It's a new framework these companies have brought in. It's a set of process doc which you tell the AI to follow a series set of instructions every time you run a job. So if you prompt, it's like always you have to basically start from scratch and tell it what you want to do. Skill, what happens is you give all the context. You tell there's the initial part of the body, is the what you tell what exactly is supposed to be doing. Then there's a body, which is to tell exactly who you are, what you need to be doing. These are the steps you need to take, A, B, and C. And then at the end, you give all the related links which are relevant for the agent to pick up or the AI to pick up. Earlier, when you would just write a prompt, you would dump everything. I'm sure all of you also tried.
This.
Yeah, I would say you are a marketing specialist and you'll dump everything. What ended happening is it would eat up the context immediately, and then it would not have enough tokens to actually do the reasoning work, which is a key part of AI. And extraction work, older model can do. But the reasoning work is where the actual value comes out, right? In this case, what happens, because if you configure the skill in this specific way, the AI is able to use tokens for reasoning. It can pick up the right context from the doc and the right time. And the best part is you don't even have to learn this now because Claude now has something called a skill generator. So if you go to Claude, just start with a skill generator and tell it what needs to be done. It'll actually build with you with all this framework in mind.
Hey folks, this is Adi Patil. This is Akash. Thank you for staying so until the end. at GTM and AI operators. Hope you like the content. If you know someone who you think we should feature on the show, please drop their name in the comment. We'll take care of it. But again, Adi, thank you.
And thanks, Akash. Thanks for having me, man.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Take care, folks. See you.